Alright, welcome back to our Criminal Border third offense episode. Things are going well with the club for now. Mr. Shoji's grandfather is a former police chef, and chances are that he's up to his neck in it with the Amant guy. We haven't had any trouble, and we now have information that might prove useful. I'm sure I should be glad for a few peaceful days, but I find myself feeling impatient. I'm hardly involved with the running of the club. With Meryl working to find evidence to back Mr. Shoji's story, her side job for Shinonome is on the back burner. Since going to see Mr. Shoji since she's going to see Mr. Shoji on Monday, I've done essentially nothing. It's Thursday already. I've been dragging my brain for an answer to the question of what we do if Rave loses his value, but I still haven't thought of anything yet. Everyone's kind enough to call me the leader, but right now I'm no more than a passenger with no use. Actually, the fact I went and picked a fight with the Yakuza makes me worse than that. Things should change once we know more about Mr. Shoji's case, but all I can do for now is wait for Meryl's report. If we're going to get Meryl on our side, we're going to have to prove ourselves. But I have no idea how. I know where we need to be, but I can't for the life of me figure out how to get there. All I can do is get more and more anxious. But Lady Luck comes to my aid in the most unexpected of ways.
本日は急に集まっていただきありがとうございます。
Yoink.
いえ、何か気になることがあるとか。
そうなんです。
Hina pulls a tablet computer from her bag and flicks at the screen deftly before setting on a table.
これとあるお客さんの入退室の記録なんだけど、ちょっと予想外のことになってまして、初日からね、毎日来てくれてるんだけど、頻度がね。
Frequency? At the first day, one visit. The guy spends around an hour at the club. The second day paints a similar picture. But at the third day, he visits 3 times. So he left and came back later?
そうそう。女の子も呼ばずに、レイブだけ見て帰るんだけど、またすぐ戻ってきたんだよね。昨日なんて、ほら、5回も来てる。30分だけ店にいて帰って。で、30分後にまた戻ってきて。それで、
Hina swipes the screen, switching the display.
こっちのお客さんは、昨日は一日中、ずーっとお店にいたみたい。お兄ちゃんがお店閉めるときに、24時間営業にしてってしつこく頼まれたって。
これは確かに予想外の反響ですね。
でしょ？この2人が一番すごいけど、長時間いたり何回も来るお客さん他にもいるんだよね。でね、思ったんだ。これってもしかして。
Hina looks at me. Rave is a digital drug that can make you trip just by watching it. It's not illegal, nor is it addictive. It can be enjoyed without any risk of getting hooked or experiencing adverse side effects. That's how we're advertising it. But judging by this, is Rave addictive?
だよね。ひなもそう思ったんだ。
But, I mean... I watched Rave multiple times back when it was still a prototype. I'm certainly not addicted to it. I watched it for the job-related reasons. Shut up. But our customers are watching version 2 of it. When it comes to version 2, I wonder how many times I watched it. Probably just once, right after I completed it. Even if I'm forgetting, I can't have watched it more than 2 or 3 times. Do these customers have anything in common?
あるよ。プレオープンに来てくれた人たち。
So, they watch Rape more times than the others?
うんうん。
So, you gradually develop an addiction after watching it several times?
視聴回数あるいは時間か何が原因かは分かりませんが依存性があること自体は間違いなさそうですね。
I haven't reached a threshold yet? That's why I'm not addicted? Is that what's going on here? Or maybe there is something wrong with me? Perhaps Rape is already offending me in some other way? Not that I could give a damn what happens to me.
しかし客がレイブに夢中になっていること自体は喜ばしくはありますが
麻薬みたいに依存したりしないよって言っちゃったからね。うん。嘘ついたことになっちゃうなって。
Have you had any complaints?
ないよ。もっと見たいよ、見せてよって要望があるくらい。
More, huh? Well, we may not have had any complaints as of yet. It's true that it looks like we deceived our customers. But this is not a negative. It's an opportunity. Rape was supposed to be clean, legal, and not addictive. That was both its strength and its weakness. Because it lacked the addictive qualities, if people were to lose interest, then that would be that. Because it was sure to happen eventually, we needed to think about our next steps. But if that problem were to disappear, wouldn't that open up so many more possibilities? Hey, what's going on here? It feels like the tide changed all of a sudden. The digital drug being addictive takes away one of its weaknesses, making it a more compelling product than ever. Sure, it's unexpected that we didn't plan for it, but who cares? There's no way we can't use such a convenient coincidence if it presents itself to us. The problem is, how? Hina? Keep running the club as normal for now. There shouldn't be any need to explain about the possibility of getting addicted to the customers. Their customers should start getting cut within a few days. If they do, we win. Telling the truth about this would only lose us our trust. And so I say we wait until our customers can't quit rave.
不信感があろうとも解約はできない。店が存続する限り自動的にお金が入ってきますね。
それが無難なのかな。お店潰れる心配なくなるし。
Our monthly outgoings are no laughing matter after all. I don't want to do anything that could lose us customers. There could be other problems besides the addictiveness, but we can deal with those as they come up. Things are playing into our hands right now. We should make the most of this chance.
だね。
It's an unexpected solution to one of the problems we were facing. And that's not all. If we can make the most of the situation, we might be able to solve others too.
運営自体は順調ですか？
特に問題なしかな。ドレッドのみんなすごく真面目に働いてくれてるし。
客層も悪くありませんし、客同士のトラブルもなさそうですね。
ないね。一輝くんが心配してたレイブで暴力的になる人、それも大丈夫そう。
Galaka awkwardly averts her eyes. Rave has the potential to not only awaken people's sexual desires, but to bring violent urges to the forefront too. Kotoka was the one who let me realize that, but I guess she'd do rather not think about it.
とりあえず今のところは順調かな。
I'm kinda confused, so keep up the good work.
任せて。
Is there anything else to report?
ないかな。大丈夫。
この後お店に？
お兄ちゃんに来てもらってるけど行くつもりだよ。
ご一緒してもよろしいですか？
いいよ。イキくんも来る？
I'm good. I still need to talk to the hatter, so I'll pass.
そっか。
Hina stands up with a smile. Kotoka and I follow suit a moment later, then realize, wait, I don't need to go anywhere. So I sat back down.
じゃ、また明日ね。
お邪魔しました。
I see the two girls to the door. The reason I chose this place for our conversation? Why, I've been avoiding going to the club as much as possible. I still haven't been able to shake off that nightmare. I can't help but be impressed at Kotoka's strength. Or perhaps I'm just too weak. I take my smartphone from my pocket and send Rin a message saying, "We need to talk." Then head to my room. I unlock the window, then sit down on my bed and wait for her to show up. After a few minutes, Rin comes in.
お疲れ。
Yo. She sits down in a chair, looking for all the world as if she owns the place, just like always. Have you heard from Hina already?
一部の客の店に来る頻度が異常って話なの。
It's almost a certainty that Rave's addictive now.
ラッキーではあるけど、寿命は縮まったかもね。店にこもるくらい依存性が高いなら、何としても手に入れたくなる。盗まれるリスクが上がった。桁外れに。
Honestly, I'm beginning to think there might be no need to keep the club running.
2000万。どうすんの？
Oh yeah. That doesn't matter now either. The situation's changed pretty dramatically. Rin folds her arms as if prompting me to continue. My main goal has always been to do something about Hina's situation. She was never going to make enough money to pay for both tuition and groceries by working part-time. Not when she looked after her mom. But with Tatsu earning a fair wage now, that problem goes away. There's no need for Hina to work anymore. She can get out whenever she wants. The club has ended up holding her back. Her sense of responsibility won't let her quit as long as it exists. That's why I figured we don't need it. It could fold today, and I do have no problem with that. I know you'll come up with all sorts of excuses, but the real purpose behind the escort business was to help Hina, right?
No comment.
You don't have to say it if you don't want to. But if Hina gets out, there will be no need for you to keep doing business either. If you want to keep going, that's fine too. In any case, your biggest problem is already dealt with. As for the 20,000 yen... The million? Who gives a crap about that? With the amount I got, there will be no need to pay.
倒す算段はあるってこと？
I wouldn't go that far just yet, but we should be able to make them weaker. Using Grave. Rin leans forward slightly and the faint smile crosses her lips.
聞かせてよ。
This is still just an idea, but... And so they should crumble from the bottom up.
なるほどね。
But I'll need to speak to Tatsu and Meryl before I'll know if it will work. Who knows if we'll even be able to do it? The return if it comes off is huge, but if something goes wrong, the risks are pretty big too.
まあそれはいいんじゃない？そのリスクは常に存在するわけだし。だったら有効活用できるうちに勝負に出ないと。やってみれば？反対はしない。
Thanks. That just leaves Hina and Kotoko to talk to about this.
まだ言ってなかったの？
I figured if you were against it, I wouldn't do it.
別に私の顔色を伺う必要ないでしょ。
That's not it. You hold back less than the others when it comes to me. Hina might be the one who looks at things with the most pragmatic eye, but...
あの子、いつきのこと基本全肯定じゃん。
Well, pretty much. I doubt you do try to stop me. That's why I asked you first.
お好きにどうぞ。私は私に損害がなければどうでもいい。
Got it.
何笑ってんの？
Nothing. Okay. Rin touch and sunset before leaving the room. For now, assuming I'm going to set things into motion starting tomorrow, I better let everyone know the plan before today's up. I heard people say that luck and misfortune are always balanced in life. That might just be true. The tide has turned drastically, precipitously. What?
Precipitously.
Precipitously. That word, yes. I need to finish this before it turns back. The chance comes to us out of nowhere. I will make the most of it. I have a bad feeling about Meryl. I was planning to ask Meryl for her opinion on my plan. However, it seems she isn't on campus today. I go to the rooftop at lunch break, but she doesn't appear. I send her a message, but it doesn't get marked read. She's probably out investigating Mr. Shoji's case. I'm sure she'll tell me if she makes any progress, so I'll just be patient and wait. I'll leave campus immediately after class and head for Badman. I already explained my plans for the future yesterday. Now it's time to thrash out the finer details. All in the name of destroying Teomankai. Excuse me?
Oh.
Yo, dude. That's what gives his buddies a look as I enter the room. They put the bundles of notes they were counting down on the table stand and leave the room while grinding in my direction. Have a seat, Tatsu says, and I lower myself into an empty chair. Have they been paying you properly?
おかげさんでな。
Awesome. Tatsu throws a bundle of notes on the table with a wry smile. The neatly arranged bundle explodes, scattering notes all over.
他の連中がどんだけもらってるかとか知ってたはずなのにな。実際自分でもらってみっと、俺こんだけ搾取されてたんかって虚しくなったわ。
I'm glad to hear Shinonoma kept his word.
腐っても極道だ。筋は通すんだろうな。でもまあ、最初からこんだけよりは、ヒナが売りの斡旋やる必要なかったよなとか思っちまうわ。いや、悪い。なしつけてくれたお前の前で言うことじゃねえわ。
Hey, don't worry about it.
余計なこと話してねえで。
Tatsu scrapes his bundle of notes back together, then stands up and puts the money in a safe before turning back to me.
本題行くか。
Sure.
でもよ、俺何話すんかよく分かってねえんだけど、一輝のやることに反対なんかしねえぞ。
I figured that you'd like to hear your opinion on this and that. Pick your brain a little. Mostly about DD, things like that.
DD か。
I want to weaken them before moving on to the Mankai. If it works on them, it should be good to go.
電子ドラッグ使うんだろ？さっきは反対しねえっつったが、本当にいいのか？下手すりゃ奪われるぞ。
Fine by me. I plan on spreading it far and wide. Keeping exclusive access to it is no longer a priority. As long as Reeve's value and visibility goes up, there's no problem.
じゃ、俺が口出すことじゃねえな。で、DD の何が知りたいんだ？
Their leaders are Mankai and all but name, right? Yoink.
だな。一応肩着らしいが。
The guys at the bottom are upset at being overworked by the Mankai, yes?
そういうやつもいるな。
Do we have a way in with them? Like, are any of the Dread guys friendly with any of them?
ああ、いるっちゃいるな。仲良くっつうと違う気もするが。
But they do have a link to them.
まあな。DD の連中はうちを下に見てるからよ。走らせようとすんだわ。特に1年とかをよ。まあ、飯とかおごられることもあるらしいかんな。慕ってるやつもいるみてえだが。
I see. If that's the kind of relationship you guys have with them, this might just work.
直接乗り込むつもりか？
Shinonoma will get suspicious if I act. They'll probably need some help from Dread. I'll hand over the data for Rave and have them get the DD guys to watch it somehow. They can show it to people outside of DD too, their friends, or the people they sell drugs to. Basically, I want them to show Rave to lots of people, get as many people addicted to Rave as possible and decrease its influence. If we can get everyone obsessed with Rave instead of drugs, we can hurt Mankai for sure. I guess that's the main thing I want to ask of Dread. Getting the DD guys to watch it would be a bonus. If Rave takes up inside GD, I figured he might just start infighting if we're lucky.
まあムカつくわな。電子ドラッグのせいで売り上げ落ちてんのにハマってるやついたら。
If we get that far, anyway. But if we spread Rave, accepting that it's going to get copied, we should be able to take away the drugs market share, if only momentarily.
覚悟あるっつっても渡すなら信用できるやつにしねえとな。
That's true. One of the 4 bribers or one of the guys working at the club would do. I don't care if they start their own sideline using the data. They don't need to pay anything back to us. I just want to spread Rave far and wide.
見繕っとくわ。やれそうなやつ。ただ、商売やらせんなら好き勝手させねえ方がいいぜ。金が絡むと色々あっかんな。きっちりやった方がいい。
I see. You're right. Mind if I leave that side of things to you? You seem like you know what you're doing.
ああ、任せとけ。
Thanks. That just leaves one problem, I guess.
問題？
Meryl, namely the syndicate she works for.
ああ。
Assuming everything goes well, and we manage to steal the drug's market share, there's a good chance we'll end up rubbing the syndicate up the wrong way. If we end up getting on the wrong side of not only the Mankai, but the foreign mafia as well, I doubt we'll be able to stand our ground. They'll crush us. No matter how powerful a weapon we may have obtained, we can't use it until we've secured a basic level of safety for ourselves. Preferably, I do like to run it by Meryl today, but I take out my phone and open Meryl's chat window out of habit more than anything. She still hasn't read my message. Not really expecting a reply. I try sending a message saying, "Can you talk today?" It shows as read immediately. A few minutes later, I get a reply. I just thought you should, I was gonna talk to Mario, but today it's fine. I'm at the station now. The station, huh? If Red's going to talk to Meryl, then she must have been doing some research after all. Is it okay if Meryl comes here? Can you come to Badman? As soon as I sent a message, I received a reply, understood.
あいつの立ち位置が未だにわかんねえんだよな。
I get the feeling the thing with Mr. Pochui brought her a lot closer to our side all of a sudden.
親だっけじいさん
His grandfather used to be top brass in the police.
札の関係者とかマジかよあのデーんでこんな学校で専攻やってんだ
Tatsu sends with a grimace and opens a small refrigerator in the corner of the room.
飲むかコーラしかねえけど
Yeah, that'd be nice. Tatsu takes 2 plastic bottles of cola and places mine on the table. He unscrews the cap on his own as he sits back down. Thanks.
お前茶の方がいいんだっけ次から入れとくわ
Oh, don't worry about that. It's not like I'm here that often. I put my own bottle and take a swig of cola.
どうするメリルの組織がブチ切れた
All we can do is make sure that doesn't happen. Our only way forward is using grave.
まさか本物の役みてえになっちまうとはなまあ改良したっつってたなそういや
That was a total coincidence. After all, I don't understand how the digital drug actually works in the first place.
あんま言わねえ方がいいんじゃねわかんねえって
Guess we do lose trust. Good point. I'll be careful. We talk as we wait for Meryl to arrive. "20 minutes or so pass. Almost without a warning, the door opens and both Tatsu and I jump a little.
来た
Hello.
ああ座れよ
Yoink. Meryl pulls out a chair and, setting a paper bag down beside it, sits down opposite of me. She's in her uniform. I thought you took the day off today. Did you leave early?
今日は行ってないこの方がいいと思ったんだけど逆効果だった
何がだよ
後で話すまずはそっちの話
Got it. This overlaps a little with what we've talked about before, but... We tell Meryl about what we plan to do, how we plan to destroy Diamankai. I try to go into as much detail as possible, not hiding anything. And so, by total coincidence, we have something we can use as a weapon. If we use Rave, we can get a jump on Diamankai. But the problem is... how your syndicate would react if we actually pulled it off. After we've stolen the drug's share of the market, would you be happy to hand it all over to the syndicate? Just like that? They can have Rave if they wanted. Our objective is to destroy Diamankai and go back to living normally without worry or fear. If we can do that, we'll give them anything they want. What do you think? Would the syndicate sit this one out until we get it finished? Meryl exhales briefly, a bored look on her face.
私の返事は前と同じ話にならないできるかどうかわからないことを言われても困るせめて始めてから言って少しでも門会を倒せる可能性が生まれたら上に話を通してあげる黙って見ているかどうかは上が決める私は知らない
Well, I guess she would say that. We're going to have to make our move without knowing how the syndicate will react. I suppose I can't expect everything to go our way.
話は終わり
For now, I guess so.
じゃあこっちの話。
Meryl glances at Tatsu.
俺がいると困る話か。
別にどうせ二の前が話すだろうし。
This is about Mr. Shoji, right?
うん。名古屋まで行ってきた。
Nagoya?
新幹線で行ってきた。この服の方が油断してくれると思ったんだけど、逆に怪しまれてめんどくさかった。あ、これお土産。よくわかんないけど、あんこのお菓子。
You sure you don't want to keep them for yourself? Meryl pulls a box from the paper bag, then unwraps it and picks up the included wooden spoon and... Yoink. You know what? You can have them. We don't need them, right, teacher? Right? We can keep them, right? Yeah?
いや、自分で食うのかよ。つか食べかけじゃねえか。
新幹線でちょっと食べた。結構美味しい。食べていいよ。あと8個くらいある。
Nah, I'm good. Eat as many as you want. Yoink.
コーラ飲むか。
飲む。
Tatsu takes another bottle of cola from the fridge. Yoink. Coca. And Meryl drinks it as she chows down on the red bean covered mochi rice cakes. Really gotta make her as adorable as possible, don't you, Game?
いつまで食ってんだよ。話せよ。
そうだった。
Yoink. Meryl puts down the wooden spoon and begins to talk. Red bean paste still coating the corners of her mouth.
庄司が妊娠させた女に会ってきた。
Oh.
ゴミだな、あいつ。
Did you get her to admit that Amankai threatened her?
はっきりとは言わなかった。でも女の知り合いから証言が取れた。間違いない。庄司の祖父は右門会を使ってあの女を黙らせた。多分他の二人も同じ。庄司の問題を右門会が片付けた。
普通んなことさせたらとんでもねえ借り作ることになんだろ
う。なんだっけ、持ちつ持たれつ、そういう関係。
貸しだの借りだのそういう次元じゃねえってか。
Which means... the former police chief is in cahoots with the Amankai? We can't beat Sergeant up that much. In other words, my prediction was on the money. Interfering with Mr. Shoji means upsetting a former police chief. That's why neither the police nor the Amankai want to get involved with him. He's untouchable to both of them and a very convenient person for us to have around. Thanks, Meryl. You're a lifesaver.
最初の一人で片付いてよかった。残りの二人も遠くに引っ越してるから会いに行くの面倒。
Munchkin.
すげえペースで食ってんな。
食べる？
いらねえって。見てるだけで胸焼けしてきたわ。
じゃあ全部食べる。
Have fun with that. Tatsu?
あ？
You think Mr. Shoji is still here?
知らねえ。学校にいなかったら店にいんだろう。あいつ毎日来るぞ。
庄司に報告する必要は別にないけど。
Oh yeah, I'm not planning to tell him. I just want to get him involved in our business. I'll give him a copy of Rave and have him use it on his own time. On the condition that he invites his friends and doesn't just use it alone.
金持ち連中を電子ドラッグ好きにすんのか。
Yep, people other than our customers at the club. With Red's help, we'll spread Raid through the students and GD. And with Mr. Shoji's help, we'll get the high flyers hooked on it. That's how we'll expand our influence until we're in control of this whole town.
いいじゃねえか。面白くなってきやがった。
Mr. Shoji himself is beginning to show signs of dependency. There's no way he'll turn this down. If he can get enough rich people hooked on Rave, then getting more money should be...
うかつすぎる。
Huh?
そういうの私の前で喋らない方がいい。
We have to prove our strength to you and your syndicate. That's why I'm telling you this. You won't tell Shinonome, right? Right now, our interests line up. The syndicate's objective isn't having the Mankai sell drugs for them. It's to take the Mankai's distribution channels. No, their whole territory from them. If that wasn't the case, they wouldn't have sent people like you here as moles. Why would they waste their time doing something like that? So I know you won't talk. Overlooking what we're doing will work in the syndicate's favor? No, maybe that's going too far. There's a possibility it'll work out in their favor. If you're going to report us to the Mankai, you'll do it when you don't think you can use us anymore. Just watch. I'll show you what we can do.
わかった。まあ、頑張って。
Thank you.
お前、なんか済ましてカッコつけてっけど、口の周りあんこだらけだぞ。
ティッシュある？
That's the Sax and places a box of tissues on the table. Meryl wipes the red bean paste from around her mouth. Without even looking, she then balls the tissue up and throws it across the room towards the trash can. Nice aim! It drives neatly into the can. As always, Meryl's combination of innocence and brutal efficiency throws me off. That girl's a paradox.
組織の目的は別として約束してるから東雲には話さない。でもそこに私の意思はない。組織が話せと言えば私は話す。今はチャンスをあげているだけ。いつ組織が態度を変えるかはわからない。私のこともあまり信用しない方がいい。
Meryl speaks those last words under her breath and stands up.
本当にいらない。ちょうどあと2つ残ってる。
Yoink.
ほぼお前が食い散らかしてるじゃねえか。もう全部食えよ。
Are you sure? I mean, this is the last chance you'll ever get them.
わかった。さすが。
Meryl places the box's lids and carefully wraps it back up and then turns it to the paper bag.
じゃあこれ開ける。
Hmm? She takes something from her skirt pocket and places it on the table. Chicken wing flavored caramel?
じゃあ
What? Greasy caramel, huh? Meryl thrusts her cola into the paper bag alongside the sweets and leaves the room.
不気味なやつだなってずっと思ってたんだけどよ。
Uh-huh.
実はあいつただの変なやつか？
Yeah. Couldn't say. Whether the roof will smile at my smartphone and send a message to Mr. Shoji. He hasn't checked it yet. If he's working now... I wonder if Mr. Shoji's in the staff room.
俺から言っといてやるよ。どうせ店に来る。
Thanks. Oh, and...
ドラッグ渡すやつだろ？任せとけ。選んどけ。
That'd be great. I guess I'll probably be running errands for Shinonome.
あ？お使い？なんか押し付けられてんのか？
I'm gonna have him push it onto me. After all, he'll probably cut him onto us sneaking around eventually. I'll keep playing the Sycophant if that means it'll take a little longer until that moment.
気をつけろよ。何やらされるか分かったもんじゃね
I will, but I'm pushing plenty of troublesome work onto everyone else. I've gotta do whatever I can.
え。東雲さんと絡む方が俺は面倒だがな。
That's laughs ruefully and picks up Meryl's souvenir.
これも食いかけじゃねえか。食うか？
Sure, she went through the trouble of bringing them after all. I stretch out of my hand and that's it drops one of the caramel pieces into it. Oh, it's a good thing that she decided, aside from her little jump, to just walk around and get some food for herself, I guess. We look up the tin wrapper, that's it. I toss the caramel into our mouths simultaneously. Mm-hmm.
なんつうか。微妙だな。
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna end the episode here, so thank you for
これで
watching.
大丈夫？
I'll see you in another episode real soon. Wait, I can't just see that and things like this. I must always edit like I did in the previous episodes.
バイバイ。
There we go.